That thing never plays long enough, does it? I like that open. But anyways, hey everybody, it is Jackie Purcell, and I am here with Picture Alaska. We're calling it the March Mildness Edition. Why? Because it has been a very mild transition from the end of February to now the month of March. Yeah, time flies. So we have some really nice viewer submitted photos as well as videos for you, and some little tidbits of fact to go along with a couple of those. So let's get you started here. We'll get to our weather computer. Oh, what? You know what? I didn't route that. Hold on. Let's make sure that that is playing correctly. So our router one should go to max. There we go. And so we are in our satellite and radar imagery, and we can tell you that we have some finally active weather that is coming our way. So we'll be having to deal with that across much of southwestern Alaska, all the way up to the Seward Peninsula, and even south central. We'll be seeing that snow-rain mix, mostly rain though, for especially those coastal locations. So moving a little closer in, we also see some warnings and advisories for blizzard conditions just out to the west, affecting the Bering Strait. Also winter weather advisories that both are calling for some strong winds as well as the delivery of some snow. Winds kicking up into the eastern Alaska range, and even a winter storm watch as well. We even anticipate some blizzard conditions along the eastern side of the Arctic slope, where it was very nice. This was taken at mile 20 of the Haines Highway. Clearly it's beautiful, not just from the sky perspective, but also from the perspective of that water. Look how nice and clear that is. So how can you not appreciate something like that? Thank you so much to Inez Gross for sending that in and sharing it with us. So going from that to some of the smaller aspects of our world. This leaf covered in ice. Stephen Randell looking very closely. You can see some of those formations of the ice crystals too, and they look like kind of icy snowflakes, don't they? So that is so neat. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. I love seeing all of that. Now, as far as some wildlife going to church, perhaps, these eagles taking the perch on the top of the church. Thank you to Barbara Large for sending that in and sharing it with us. Now, that is a beautiful dome. I believe that's a Russian Orthodox church, but Barbara, you didn't mention where that is, so there's a couple of places it could be. I know they have a beautiful church on the Kenai Peninsula, and I know that there are some beautiful Russian Orthodox churches in places like Dutch Harbor as well. So maybe some of you out there know where that church is located, but nonetheless, it's nice to look at. And always fun to see our wildlife taking advantage of human structures. Speaking of human structures, it was a fire that we had here just last weekend in the Anchorage area, but it was so large that it was visible from the hillside. Rocky sending us this photo, and I don't think we used it on the air, but you can see how large that plume of smoke was. And the reason I wanted to mention this is because it's always a good time to think about fire safety. Circumstances may not have been the same versus your home life, but it's always good to, if you have kids especially, to talk about fire safety. What's your fire drill? Get the kids out of the house in 2 minutes time. And anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. Also, as far as fire safety, you might want to think about this spring. Do you need to clear some dead wood around your home, or your even your cabins? Might want to do that, because spring, the bugs aren't so bad, so that's a good time to do it. Now, here is something I did want to share with you. This is an American dipper, or it's also called a water ouzel, spotted at Chester Creek by Harold Engel. And you think American dipper, and I thought, does he actually dip? Well, I'm going to let the video run, because yes, there he goes, he dips, but he actually goes fully underwater. And this is a bird, it's really one of the truly aquatic songbirds in America. It can even walk underneath the water. It's usually a slate gray, and it's flits among the midstream rocks and logs, bobbing its tail rhythmically, and then disappears for long moments to forage for aquatic larvae on the stream bottom, and it uses its wings to navigate. So Harold says he saw this in mid-February at approximately 3 in the afternoon. So thank you so much, Harold, for sending that in and sharing it with us. So here's another example of some of the beautiful pictures and videos that we get. This was a beautiful sunrise coming from Prudhoe Bay. It's at 21 below. Carl Hall sending that in. And it's nice that the Arctic slope is starting to see that sunshine again. Nenana, they're awaiting breakup. Of course, that is the tripod observation tower there. And you can see that Tracy Try caught it on a nice, I don't know if that's morning or evening, but you can still see some stars out there. Beautiful. That's always fun to play the Nenana Ice Classic. Hey, are you staying in town for spring break or are you taking off? And John Gomes sending this photo of, now the Alaska Airlines, it says honoring those who serve. And it's got a couple of winglets, I think they're called, with the American flag, it looks like, adorning them. So thank you for sending that in, John. And the Iditarod, yes, it is going on. And look at the excitement exhibited by Remy the dog, as those dogs are taking off on the ceremonial start from Saturday, last Saturday, March the 1st, in the Anchorage area. So that was really kind of fun for them. And then dogs along the trail, they have had some sunshine as those first few days have taken place. Rusting, racer in Manly. We'll call him a racer because you know what? They're doing a lot of the work, aren't they, those dogs out there? So that was from the Manly area. Well, as far as other pictures, what we have for you, Augustine Volcano. You know, Augustine Volcano is its own little island out there in the southern area of Cook Inlet, and you can see kind of a tanker ship going right by. Jerry Demas sending that in. Looks like the windsock there is recording some wind, so it might have been a little breezy that day when Jerry was out taking some photos. And get to the park strip on a clear morning. This is a site that you could see the American flag. There's the Alaska flag, I believe, in the background, but a beautiful park strip sunrise. Thank you to Rosie and Albert for sending that in. Now for Unalakleet, the sunrise, here we are, Dennis Ivanov. It looks like just the expanse goes on, the horizon goes on forever. The sky certainly looking beautiful as the sun is coming up, so thank you for sending that in. Now we're going to go out to, I believe it's between Aniak and Kalskag. Yeah, the Kalskag Grizzlies. Well, they're heading to a basketball tournament, I believe. So the school bus is actually on an ice road. Thank you to Rochelle Person for sending that in, sharing it. You know, Alaska just does things differently all across the state. They're taking an ice road to go to a basketball game. Clarks Point sunset, thank you from Brandon. You can see a little bit of ice out there, but you know what? Overall, the South Central region and other parts of the southern areas of the state have not seen a lot of snow as we have gone through this winter. So that is unfortunate, but thank you so much everybody who sent in the photos and videos to share with our Picture Alaska March Mildness edition. So again, have a good evening, and I hope you have a good afternoon, and hey, weekend coming up too.